G'day guys, Ross here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're heading to one of Germany's most iconic landmarks, the Cologne Cathedral or Kölner Dom. Now usually I do a short piece to camera introducing the video and another one to end it, but when I took this back in April the video turned out poorly. There it is, I had light pollution and the microphone was playing up. So I'm just going to talk you through this today. Whether you're into history, architecture, art, or just looking for an epic Instagram shot, this Gothic masterpiece has something for everyone. So let's dive in and find out what you need to know before you go. The cathedral is located right in the heart of Cologne, just steps from the main train station. If you walk out of the train station, turn left, it's about 30 seconds to the steps. If you're flying into Cologne Airport, that's only 15 minutes away by train, so it's very easy to get to. In fact, this photo here shows the train station from the steps of the cathedral. Now, construction began in 1248 with big ambitions to house the relics of the three kings and rival the great cathedrals of France, including Chartres and Amiens. But by the mid-1500s, funding dried up, enthusiasm waned, and the incomplete structure was left standing with a crane on top for over 300 years. During that time, religious wars, the Reformation, and shifts in architectural taste meant that Gothic cathedrals weren't in style. And it wasn't until the 19th century, during a wave of German nationalism and renewed pride in medieval heritage, that construction resumed. With the help of original medieval plans, the cathedral was finally completed in 1880. 632 years after it began, and that's nearly as long as my local council's taking to fix the potholes in my road. They'll get there eventually. Now, during World War II, Cologne was heavily bombed, but somehow the cathedral survived. It was hit by bombs 14 times, but it never collapsed, and they are still fixing some of the damage to stones caused by that bombing. There is a theory that the Catholic Church in America put a fair amount of pressure on the military brass to make sure that iconic buildings weren't directly targeted. We may never know if that's true, but I'm personally glad it survived. Today, the cathedral is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most visited landmarks in all of Germany with over 6 million visitors per year. That's about 17 to 18,000 per day. Now, entry to the cathedral is free. You can walk in, look around, take photos, sit down and enjoy the atmosphere if you want to. It is a functional church, so dress appropriately and be aware that hours change depending on what activities are going on during the day. Best to check the website, the link will be in the description. And when you step in, you're going to notice those beautiful vaulted ceilings, and they soar 43 meters above the ground, and they're amazing. The entire space is filled with stained glass. We've been seeing some of those photos. Sculptures and artwork, and these blokes lying down on the job. I don't know what that's all about, but there were lots of them. The part that I enjoyed the most, I think, were the mosaics, and there are hundreds of thousands of tiles that have gone into making these beautiful artworks, which are all over the floor. Now, if you want to have a really good look around the cathedral, you want to allow at least half an hour. Anything from half an hour to probably 3/4 of an hour will see the average person be able to experience the cathedral. Some people are in and out in 5 minutes, they just wanted a photo. Most people wanted to have a look around, and as I said, half an hour, maybe 45. Now, there's two other things that you can do at the cathedral. One is to go down into the Treasury, that'll cost you €8. Another one is to climb the tower, that'll be €8. This is the Treasury here, this is around on the eastern side, and there's some signage there which sort of just shows you how the cathedral was constructed. Now you can get a combined ticket for €12 to do both the climb and the Treasury, and the family ticket, 2 adults and 2 kids, will set you back €30. That's the lift there, which allows mobility impaired people down into the Treasury. That's straight from Willy Wonka's factory, so if you press the wrong button, you're going for a flight over Cologne. Now, if you love religious artifacts and glittering gold, or even if you don't, it's worth going down to the basement and visiting the Treasury. There are centuries-old relics, bishops' vestments, and sacred items like the Shrine of the Magi, which is believed to contain the remains of the 3 wise men. You'll also find Roman-era artifacts, intricately carved reliquaries, and Gothic masterpieces of goldsmithing. It's a pretty quiet, contemplative space. And I just enjoyed looking at some of these pieces of artwork, which are hundreds and hundreds of years old, and they're beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So go down there and have a look around. As I said, it is a very quiet space, but there's lots to see and do. And again, if you're looking at a time frame, give yourself probably around 20 minutes, unless you are of a religious bent and you really want to spend more time reading all the descriptions, in which case probably double that. So 45 minutes upstairs, probably 20 minutes down here. Now that leaves the last thing which we're doing in this video. You can see me climbing very, very quickly up the stairs. As I mentioned, it's €8 to go up, or a combined ticket for €12. Now they're very narrow and there are 533 stairs going towards the top of this cathedral. Some of the windows, yep, they're fairly dirty, but they do give you a good view out over the city, out over the river, and to other parts of the cathedral. Partway up, you're going to see the sign for the bells, and you'll be able to see the cathedral bells, including Der Dick Peter, or Fat Peter. This bell is 24 tons. It is absolutely massive. So you can take a look at that, and then you continue way up to the top of the tower. Again, some really, really great views there. Now the tower then opens out and we've got a bit of space to breathe, and there are a few more sets of stairs. We've got an AED and there is a staff member permanently on duty at the top. And then we're at the very top. This is about 335 feet up. The cathedral itself is 475 feet. So there's still 140 feet of cathedral above you, but this is high as we can go. There's some great views there around the city, and also that beautiful stonework towards the top of the cathedral, including the buttresses that really fortify the side of the cathedral. And that is as far as we can go, folks. That's the three parts of the cathedral itself, and then the treasury underneath, and then the tower that you can climb and look at that view. Absolutely fantastic. And there you go, I climbed to the top. Maybe 12 minutes. If you're a little bit unfit, maybe allow an extra 5 or 10. They say half an hour up and back. That's probably for the average person. A little bit unfit, allow an extra 10 minutes. But also allow for traffic on the way down. It is one person goes through, and there's only a few places where you can pass. All right guys, as always, thanks for your time, and until next time, happy travels. See ya.